Chapter 23, Ever After. When the young couple floated back to the ground, their lips were still locked. The world around them had returned to normal and not a changeling, except Mothball was in sight. The Phillies and Colts hopped out of their hiding places and cheered. Discord was struck in awe, but still angry. At some point, they should come up for air, he exclaimed furiously. Amistad rolled her eyes. Hun, the boys will say their last, not to mention he brought Zane back. When the pair finally pulled away, Mothball was smiling like an idiot. Wowz. His eyes spun in circles, and animated hearts popped up behind his head. This made Screwball giggle. Her friends thrust to her side and embraced her. He was amazing, Apple Blossom sighed. Heroic. Cool. Romantic. Awesome, Princess said, to suck her tongue even it did while kissing. So, you guys aren't mad at me? Screwball asked softly. Course not, Dinky insisted. Yeah, 7-6 said, but he still just banged his head. It wasn't even that bad. Meanwhile, Mothball was twirling in circles, lost in the memory of the bliss that he had just experienced. Hey-oh. Apple Blossom chuckled. Screwy, I think your kids did more to save the world. You'll make the poor boy all lippy. The group laughed. Screwball broke their hug and walked over to her cold friend. She put her hose on his shoulders to stop him from falling over. Mothball returned to her senses, only to get lost in hypnotic swirls. I'm proud of you, Screwy. They turned toward Twilight, who had her horn back. You lost yourself in your emotions, but in the end you did not lose sight of what's truly important. The love of your family, the love of your friends, and the love of your cult. Mothball blushed nervously. Princess, I know I've done some bad things in the past, but I swear I'll be careful around ponies. I could become a vegetarian and live on chocolate. Twilight laughed. You are pardoned, Mothball. The Encore's mirth diminished when Discord stepped in front of her. Mothball shrunk under to cause a strict glare. His arms were folded, his face wore a frown. Changeling clung to Screwball for leverage. She gave him a reassuring squeeze. Discord glanced between the two. Neither said anything for a long while. Then he sighed and extended his paw towards the changeling. Mothball looked it out unassuredly. He glanced at Screwball, who was grinning excitedly. She let go of him and nudged him towards Discord's paw. The prince gazed up at the conquest. His eyebrow was raised, as if to say, Do you want my daughter or not? The changeling slowly raised his hoof and placed it in his paw. As soon as he made contact, Mothball felt a bolt of electricity and shook uncontrollably. He raised his hoof away. Discord started laughing and revealed the joy buster in his paw. He clenched his stomach as he collapsed to the ground. The Pie family was laughing as well as Screwball. The others giggled or just grinned in amusement. Mothball looked at his mere friend in confusion. What are you just laughing at? Your dad just electrocuted me. Screwball chuckled as he pounded him back. Baby, that's his way of showing he likes you. The changeling looked at the others. 7-6 grin with a shrug. It's true. Mothball then found himself snickering. Everyone was silent, however, when Rainbow Dash emerged from Derpy's house. Her face was solemn. She saw that the world was normal again. Screwball was holding hands with the changeling. Well, all that mattered was the news she was about to deliver. Rainbow, what's wrong? The Pegasus hung her head. It's Fluttershy. She's pregnant again! Discord flung the door open to Derpy's room. The Dash twins back to the corners, allowing him to see the scene more clearly. Derpy was standing out to the side, sniffing as he held a plate of muffins. Randy was kneeling by the bed, removing a stethoscope from her head. Fluttershy lay on the cot, completely still. The unicorn looked sadly up at Discord and shook her head. He walked slowly towards his wife, eyes locked entirely on her frozen face. He gently put his fingers through her neck. No pulse. He laid his paw on her chest. No heartbeat. No breath. Look, you people can see where this is going. I can see where this is going. So, you know what? I'm just going to describe to you some of my favorite mecha series and why I love this so much until we actually get to the part where Fluttershy wakes up. Huh? How about that? That'll be my Christmas gift to you. So, I really love Code Geass, mainly because of the plots within plots. Leos is a really great character. I love the reasons for why he did the things he did. He's like the complete antithesis for Light. While Light was purely selfish for the reasons why he did it, Leos was selfless. He wanted a better world for his sister. And I find that to be admirable. And I love the twisted turns it takes to show that he has to get to that goal. Even if it means the ultimate sacrifice in the end. I love the relationships between the characters as they build themselves up. And, oh, we're back. Her eyes flared open as she looked up at her husband's teary face. Discord? Discord grasped and looked at her. Fluttershy. The others lifted their heads in disbelief, their mouths spreading into smiles. Oh, come on! Don't act like you guys didn't see this coming! Did we win? Fluttershy asked. The Chronicles nodded, his tears now falling with joy. Oh, Fluttershy. He embraced his wife, surprising her, but she returned his hug. So, here's a question I have got to ask. How do you make a Disney death plausible and still filled with emotions? I've asked this before, and I'm still curious. Because I know, because I've seen a lot of tropes, that there was no way Fluttershy was going to die. Especially from an author like this. You kind of know this. It's kind of like if I were to try to pull this off with one of my fics. You guys know I'm not in the mood for killing heroes. You guys know I love a happy ending, in spite of what the characters go through. So, how do you make it work? Is it because of emotional investment? Is it evidence of a death beforehand? Or do you actually get the chance to make sure that the people are so focused into the story that he don't really remember, oh wait, I've seen this trope about 5,000 times before. He embraced his wife, surprising her, but she returned his hug. How is this possible? It isn't, Twilight exclaimed happily. There's no way but oh, who cares? Oh, you guys are just whirling through the emotions, aren't you? Screwball left Mothball and ran to her parents. Mom. The couple pulled away and opened their arms for their daughter. Fluttershy winked at the Zany. Oh, my baby, I thought I lost you. We thought we lost you, Screwball snapped. Our family. Together at last. Promise me we'll never split up again. The Chronicles shook his head with a laugh. Well, never. Mothball smiled as the family embraced each other. He was happy that they were whole again, but it also made him sad. The Changelings were the only family he had ever known. Now that he had left them, he had no one. He didn't even have a place to live. Fluttershy didn't notice Mothball, so he was surprised to see him there. But given the fact that Discord had not vaporized him, so he figured things were sorted out between them and now. So he raced out her towards him, Mothball beamed as he took it as he pulled him in. Pinkie Pie blew a nose to her handkerchief. So beautiful! She cried. Then she smiled sadly. You know what this calls for? Everyone laughed. Yes, Pinkie, we definitely do. A siesta? The park was covered with streamers, balloons, and ponies dancing to Vile Scratch's music. Ponies were crying Screwball and Mothball, thanking them for saving Ponyville. Their attention was deferred when the chariots of the royal sisters landed on the grass. Every pony bowed as the two princesses walked towards Twilight. Did we miss anything? Luna inquired. The purple alicorn chuckled. Quite a bit. On the other side of the park, colts and fillies were playing pin to tail on the pony. Princess took off her blindfold gas. I won! The tripods cheered and donned a blue ribbon in her mane. They squealed when the music changed. Oh! Blueberry squeaked. I love this song. Me too! Dance off! Princess was about to fall to the triple dance floor when she spotted Gemstone sitting by herself with her head down. The Pegasus filly walked to the unicorn. Hey, Gem. Gem looked up, surprised that some pony was talking to her. Princess held out her hug with a smile. Want to come dance with us? Unicorn's face lit up. Really, I'd love to. Rarity grinned as she watched her daughter join the other fillies. Her smile faded as she caught sight of many couples dancing together. The fact that her special sun pony was not with her made her sigh sadly. Rarity! Her head shot up to the stallion that was racing towards her. She could not believe her eyes. Potsy Pots! Her husband stopped once he caught his breath before answering, Yes! Well, what are you doing in Ponyville? He grabbed her hoof and looked desperately at her eye. Rarity, what happened between me and Fleur-de-Lis was nothing. I did not curse us getting back together. She forced herself upon me. I do not love her, nor do I have any intentions for her, I swear. See, and I should have told you about seeing her earlier. Please forgive me, Rarity. I love you, and only you. Rarity's eyes were watering. You came all the way from Canterlot to get me back? He caressed her face to herself. Of course, I wasn't going to lose you, not without a fight. She could not remember a time when she was any more romantic. She flung her forelegs around his neck. I'm the one who should be apologizing, she insisted. It was me, Jessica Kissins. I should have heard your side of the story first. Fancy's man smiled in gratitude. My dear, why don't we promise to always be open with each other, and to never again hold back our feelings? Rarity pulled away and nodded. Agreed. So now we are being open with each other. She took a deep breath and spoke rapidly. I'm tired of living in Canterlot. Oh, the ponies are so rude and vulgar. I think we should move back to Ponyville. I'll be closer to my friends, and business is much better here. I'm preparing to stop patting me on the head in public. I feel like a trophy wife. Oh, and you'll hardly spare any time with Gemstone. You should take her to school every day from now on. Oh, and darling, the belt tie is so wrinkled. You really need to find a new dry cleaner. Applejack watched the couple from afar, shook her head with a smirk. I approached her, and then gave her a hug, and we kissed each other softly. All the while, I couldn't help but open my eye and grin and wink at Spike as he realized he had lost again. As I continued to hold her tight and probably a better kisser than he is. Let's bring her. I got it. I got the perfect idea for what we could do for the anniversary of Fall. Oh, what's that, Spike? Well, you know you love Mecha, right? Yeah. And you just got through saying that Code Geass is like one of your favorite Mecha series right back now, right? Yeah. And you love Rayearth, right? Yeah. So, how about for the anniversary, you do a full-on parody of Fall of Starfleet. And you mix some of it with, things like Magic Knight Rayearth's main villainous, and you also used most of the plot for Code Geass with Twilight of Lightning. Heck, you could even use that whole, Twilight was put into house arrest by Grand Ruler as a setup. Cool, huh? Well, Spike. So, does that mean I get a win? Does this mean I can finally share my kiss with Applejack? Oh, I'm so sorry, Spike. The chapter's almost over and I've already made out with her. You can go on home now, Spike. Okay. A day where I don't get to mess with him is a day without apples. Hey, Flash said. Hey, Twilight repeated. And her thoughts, look, this guy inside. I know you hate me. You probably don't want to speak to me. I'm sorry. His ears perked up. What? Twilight said to him, I'm sorry. What happened between us was stupid. No shit, Sherlock! I mean, what we had was wonderful, but the way it ended was just plain stupid. No! I didn't even bother to pass things up with you. I've been an idiot. Flash Centric said, I'm sorry too. These two ponies had a relationship after all, and for what's worth, I never wanted to end. She blushed slightly. Can we start over? Be friends again? He raised his eyebrow at her. No. Her smile faded. What? I don't want us to be friends. Then why did you come here? To give you this. He reached into a salad bag and pulled out a blue box. Twilight gasped as he opened it, to show a sparkling amethyst ring. I was planning to give it to you before we broke up. You don't have to say yes, but at least want you to have it. See, it seemed a lot of money to get this, and I was hoping someday you might... Yes! What was that? Yes! She surprised him by fiercely pressing her lips against his. He smiled and wrapped his forelegs around her, Twilight forgot how wonderful it felt to kiss him. She silently swore never to doubt him again. Oh my God, will you two at least wait until you get to your house before banging? Oh my God, they're going at it. That's at least 2 pages of the Pony Sutra. Blake, get them out of here! Cloud Kicker! What am I saying? No, Cloud Kicker, don't ask to join them! I want you to get... Right down... Carry the two lovebirds out! Right to the bus! This is giving me a massive headache. Derpy was dancing solo. Don't you dare make a dancing by myself song joke! Oh, but Trixie, I like that song! Please. Fine! I want to be dancing by myself. Don't want to be dancing by myself. She did not mind. She accepted being single long ago. Rodara was a little ways off a cinnamon stick, but the mare did not look lonely. As long as Dinky was happy, she was happy. Derpy? The Pegasus froze in place at the sound of a voice she had not heard in years. She turned slowly, praying she was not dreaming. There he was. He had not changed. Brown coat, brown mane, blue eyes, hourglass cutie mark, and even wore the green tie she had given him. But he still made her weak in the knees. The doctor turned his head to the gray unicorn with wonky eyes. Is that... Derpy named suddenly. Your name is Dinky. She's beautiful, he said, facing her again, like a mother. The Pegasus blessed. Is she happy? Yes, Derpy replied, but she needs her father. Derpy, he said, oh, seriously. I'm only here for a moment. She sighed, Daleks? Cybers, but that was a good guess. I'm sorry to leave you so abruptly, Derpy. See, there are other worlds that need me. I came back so I could properly say goodbye. Derpy shook her head. I don't like goodbyes. I'm gonna say something. Say to Dinky. I wanted to meet her father. Doctor looked nervously at the young mare dancing with the brown coat. All right, he said. Oh, but you see, she already met me a couple of years ago. He didn't have time. He approached the filly. She did not see him at first, but when she did, she stopped. Wristband eyes squinted at him. You are young. He smiled. No, but I'm a friend of my mother's. Cinnamon Stick rolled his eyes. Yeah, that's what they all say. The doctor laughed. Ha ha, smart lad. Yeah? Is he your boyfriend? Dinky bust. Well, I know this doesn't mean much to you, but to prove. He then turned to leave. Dinky answered curiously. Wait! He called. What's his name was? He looked over his shoulder. They called me the doctor. Dinky's eyes widened. To continue wants to stay and walked over to her mother and embraced her. Her mother was sobbing. Until he did not want him to go. He really did not want to go. Ow! For he will never forget that moment that he was me. Ow! Don't eat pears. Ow! The last morning sunshine before the morning dew. All right, doctor, whoever I'm going to be, you're up. Ow! Tears, Derpy? Oh, don't there be tears. For where there's life, there's a... Ow! Over? Oh, this is not over. Ow! Are we just going to go through all of them? Because Trixie will really want to hurt you. Sorry, Trix. You did a good job taking care of her. Love you. I love you too, Rose. Dinky recognized the stallion. So he'd seen him a couple of times before. At the schoolyard, when she was hanging out with her friends. He had watched her. By the way her mother was looking at him, it was clear he was not to stalk her. When she reached the conclusion, he was disappearing in a tall blue box. Dinky raced towards him. Yeah, wait. She came to a halt when the box faded in and out, making a strange noise. It was gone. Derpy approached her daughter and patted her on her back. It was him, wasn't it? It was Dinky. Why are you staying? You see it elsewhere, but he loves you, Dinky. She wrapped her wing around her daughter. Yeah, he loves you. The Scarlet Fireside decided to get away from festivities, watch an empty area of the park. Their time alone together was long overdue. The first thing he did was share a passionate kiss. I should never have doubted you. No shit! I should have known that you would never betray me. He chuckled nervously. I'm such a nutcase. First I smiled. It's alright. It's all in the past now. Are you alright with Screwball's cult friend? Well, it's not exactly what I had in mind, but He did rescue both our children, and Scrooge seems happy. He grunted. Does he really have to move in with us, though? Now, Discord, you know he can't return home. He helped us bring this together. All you can do is give him a place to stay. I've already given it to my daughter. Next thing you know, he'll be asking for my throne. Why, I can get my claw around his neck.
Honey.
You're right. I'll take good care of Screwy. It's just that I don't want to lose my little girl.
Aw, Daddy.
He looked up and saw Screwball hovering above them. So he'd been listening to the conversation, not on purpose, for seeing Mothball were taking a stroll too. Screwball floated down and hugged her father back.
I'll always be your little girl.
Discord smiled and wrapped his arms around the filly. No matter what would happen, no matter how big she would get, she would always be his daughter Screwball. He would always be there for her. For he was her daddy Discord. Oh! Boo! Boo! That was just... Nah, boo! Review time, folks! This fic was decent. I think it was better than the first one. A lot less problems that I was having with some of the continuity. But still not without its flaws and problems. Let me get this out of the way. The kids. The kids were just so flat. I mean, Screwball and Mothball, they were fine. But really, the kids were starting to be broken down into just clones. To be honest, it took me about a few minutes to realize that Lightning was a girl and Thunder was a boy. There was nothing separating them. You could have put down two other ponies and I wouldn't have noticed the difference. The same goes for the rest of the fillies and colts other than Dinky. And that's only because Dinky had a connection with Screwball. Everyone else might as well just been smaller versions of their parents. And for me, that's always an annoying sticking point. Yeah, I know, sometimes kids can wind up like their parents. Sometimes they don't. I'm more of a believer in nurture versus nature. And I find the best next generation characters are the ones that aren't just little bitty clones of their parents. Take, for example, Kilala's next generation fix. The girls there aren't just little bitty mini-me's of their parents. They're different. They have some traits of both parents and act as their own characters. I can tell you right now what Clarity's like, what Illusion's like, and what Twilight Star's like. I can't for the life of me tell you thing one about these characters. And a lot of times, especially when they became became teens, it seemed like their main focus was just, let's get together with character A with character B. Well, that's nice and all, but I kind of wish I knew what these characters were like so I could go, aww, so sweet. Without that investment, I'm just like, okay, let's move on to the next scene. I also kind of got this thing against how the main six were done through all this. I mean, no secret that I do love it because my girls are, a little more actiony and a little more, logic-based. But these girls feel like they had brain slugs put into their heads and all drained. Some of these things I can forgive. Like, thinking that our boy Fancy Pants was, in fact, cheating on Rarity. But Applejack, who should have brains and, usually is a more logic-based pony, with the exception of a certain episode that I early despised. Hey, writers, maybe before you have Applejack go off on an episode where she overcomplicates things, Maybe you should have picked a pony that doesn't make her career off of farming before you think that joke works. You had a really great premise, and you fucked it up. No, I was not a fan of that episode, folks. Would have at least asked some questions about why Fluttershy would have been cheating on Discord, of all things. Or at least figured out point A to point B and said, wait, hold on a second, Discord. This don't make sense, even for you. I'm assuming Tanslins. Applejack should have been the first one to pull this out, is what I'm saying. And then to jump into conclusions that Rarity wanted Spike still? Was there a vendetta against Applejack I just don't know about? Was it because she was Southern? Because if there was, please let me know. I'd be fine with it. Twilight was a nothing character, and so was Rainbow Dash. And even Pinkie was just kind of, I'll just make a random joke and hope that everybody recognizes my character. Boom. They are not the three-dimensional characters I fell in love with. They were just there. Fluttershy at least had something to do with the plot, but the rest of the girls just like, we're here, let's do this. Which leads me to my biggest issue, and I think you know what it is. This whole stupid Razafrickin' third act breakup! I never liked these. I've always hated them. Because we knew the characters were going to get back together. That's the way it works in these type of stories. We also know that, a person leaves a team at one point in a story that they're going to get back. The most important thing is we're wondering how they get back. Or how much does it damage them. Or it's a good character introspection. But this is not a good character introspection. This is literally just taking page one of atypical rom-com romance and go, well, time to break them up. It was just so haphazardly put together with a plot that anybody could have outseen if they just put some thoughts into it. The only way it could have possibly worked was to make sure that everybody took their stupid pills that morning and went, yep. Like you're telling me nobody thought to ask Fluttershy about why she's there. And when Discord went out the whole entire, he was a real stallion, nobody put two and two together and went, wait a minute, if he was a real stallion, then who was the Fluttershy he was making out with? And if that was the real Fluttershy, then who was the Fluttershy with Rarity? Nobody put two and two together to come up with 4. They all just went, what are numbers? Nobody thought of anything? They just went, okay. Discord did calm down for 5 minutes and went, oh wait, this is utterly stupid. Because really, when you have a changeling present, you would think that was your first, second, and last clue. But no! And worse yet, you had a pretty good plot there and to begin with. Right there. Zany. Being captured. Giving Chrysalis plenty of time to drain energy from other ponies so that way Scribble's friends could be captured. Granted, this also required that Scribble's friends would have more personality than pieces of plywood, but that's beside the point. And speaking of which, another problem with this vidcast is show, not telling. It's telling, but not showing me the action. We're told Chrysalis tries to influence Screwball by saying, you'll no longer be picked on. You'll no longer have this. You'll no longer have these type of problems. Problem. We may have Golden. We have Silver making fun of her. And in the audio play, we have Aquafresh acting scared. That's fine. But you know what we also see Screwball having? lots of friends, a loving family, and a bunch of wonderful aunts. And I'm just going to throw this in the ballpark here, but I'm guessing that lightning and thunder don't allow her to be bullied that much. And would probably drop the assholes down to the ground. So with all that, I should say we should be so lucky. Some of us don't have this close-knit friend group that she has, or people that could surround her and give her affection and love. You're telling me that Screwball would have had these problems? No, she looks like she didn't have a single problem here. She looked like she was fine. The only issue she had was with her dad being an idiot. Beyond that, she was doing great. There was nothing to tempt her with. They should have just had Screwy. Once her friends got kidnapped and then manipulated that way. Then that would have made for a better story, and we could have had some character for the kids. But nope. Couldn't have that, could we? But like I said, there's a lot I did like. The story didn't drag. The character of Screwball was well written. The romance was well done. It was cute at places. The fight scene was decent. And I did like Discourse and Sanity. But still, the rest of this was just hurting. Well, next week, throughout the rest of this week, I'm going to take a little break, New Year's and Christmas break. But next week, before I get to son-in-law Discord, I have an old friend to visit. See you then.